Hey folks, today's notes are about traits. First off, the difference between a characteristic and a trait. You probably already have a little bit of this in your notes from our DNA discussion, but genes are responsible for characteristics. And a characteristic is a way to describe the parts of an organism. So, for example, one characteristic might be hair color or height, um, things like that. The different ways that genes could be coded, or the alleles, those are responsible for traits. And traits are just how we describe those characteristics. So for hair color, we could describe hair color as being brown or blonde, or maybe red hair. And for height, it could be tall or short or a medium height, and those would be traits. There are two types of traits. There are inherited traits and acquired traits. Inherited traits are things that we get from our genes. We get them from our parents. It comes from the word inheritance. So like when you inherit from your parents, it's heredity. And then acquired traits are things that we learn from our environment, or they come from our environment. So an example of an inherited trait would be your height or your skin tone or your eye color. But knowing how to read or being able to talk or being good at playing basketball, those are acquired traits. So test yourself. Are the following inherited or acquired traits? Pause the video now and think about your answers. And those are the answers. Natural hair color, that would be inherited because that comes from your DNA. Being good at baseball, you probably went to practice a lot, so you learned how to be good at baseball. Speaking fluent English, you learned that as you were growing up, listening to other people speak. You learned how to walk. Certain genetic disorders like cystic fibrosis, those are inherited because they come from your DNA. And the shape of your nose would be inherited because it comes from your DNA.